Imagine being so high that you're required to wear an astronaut suit to survive. You can reach from one end of the continent to the other in a little more than 1 hour, and you are CIA's ultimate tool with the capability of reaching a speed of up to 2,200 miles an hour. It may surprise you to know that this is not a rocket, but it's an airplane. This airplane, which is the SR-71 Blackbird, has 3 remarkable characteristics. The first being that it is the highest flying and fastest air-breathing airplane ever assembled. There have been faster aircrafts assembled, however they are not classified as air-breathing, and would therefore be considered rockets. At such a high altitude, the air is thin, and it is more difficult to provide efficient lift. It takes a special design to get an airplane to fly at this height. Most aircrafts that fly at this height have an oxygen supply in the engine which allows it to power rockets that keep it in the air. Because of the structural difficulty of this altitude, the airplane is equipped with a retractable spike on the end of the wing that increases the amount of air reaching the engine. Brian Dunbar of NASA.gov states that it's designed to cruise at Mach 3, which is 3 times the speed of sound, and can fly up to 85,000 feet. An interesting perspective for how high this is from a pilot's testimony of spotting an airplane below him while he was ascending to his height. He stated that it was like seeing an airplane above you when you're on the ground. It was the same distance away from him as being in the air above it. Because of the extreme heat, the temperature must also be a consideration when flying at this altitude and speed. Titanium plates the fuselage around the plane. This titanium, which makes up the plane, is designed to fit the plane loosely because of the expansion of the fuselage at this altitude, described by Kennedy Hickman of MilitaryHistory.com. If they were not made to fit loosely, they would expand so much that it would damage the airplane. However, one consequence of the structure is that the fuel will actually leak from the airplane on the ground. However, there is no way to avoid this consequence. This is described by MilitaryFactory.com. The second characteristic of this airplane is that it has abilities in high surveillance. Leland Haynes, member of the Blackbird Association, and WVI.com, states that it is capable of photographing a golf ball on the green 80,000 feet below and can survey 110,000 square miles of the Earth's surface in an hour. It also has radar reflecting paint, as described by John Pike of Fast.org. Therefore, this aircraft was an ideal spy jet for the Air Force during the Vietnam and Cold War, in which it could cover North Vietnam in 8.5 minutes. It also has avoided every attempt at being destroyed by a missile because of its high speed. During its flight over Vietnam, missiles would frequently be launched at it, but because the Blackbird would simply outrun the missile, it was always avoided in being destroyed. The final characteristic that I will speak of today is refueling capabilities. Because of the high speed it was able to attain, it burned fuel very fast, allowing it to only fly for 2 hours before needing more fuel. This would be very inefficient if it had to land each time it needed more fuel. Therefore, it is equipped with an aerial refueling capability. In midair, it is able to fly under the tail of a large airplane, while a manual gas line, guided by a joystick, is inserted into the roof of the airplane. This allows it to fly longer for more than 2 hours. The Blackbird SR-71 does much more than you would ever expect an airplane to be able to do. It is no surprise that it was the CIA's ultimate tool during wartime.